Hello and welcome to Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. Just enjoying this exciting picture that's on the wall. Good. Well, today I thought what we'd do is finish off the Rex. That's right, we're going to finish it off, give it a happy ending. Obviously we've already made it nice and purple looking, so it already looks pretty fucking boss. But it will do much better if it has some internal parts, of which at the moment it has very few. I've got a surprising amount of good looking bits, but almost certainly don't have all the bits I need, so this is going to be quite a lot of purchasing of things and so forth. So there you go. That's what to look forward to now. Coming now, this. They like it on programs where they tell you what's coming up soon. It's like, welcome to the program, coming up soon are these things. It's like, well, I'm watching the program, why do I need to know what's coming up soon? I'm watching it with you right now. Okay, let's buy some parts. Crankshaft V8. Crankshaft V8. Not cam. Oh yeah. Okay, and then a front drive axle D. Front drive axle D. Front drive axle D. Alright. Well then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 pistons with conrods. Have we got any of these? Accessible from engine bay, of course. Of course. Do. Lots of going up and down. As the actual said to the bishop. So, pistons with conrods. No parts to assemble. That was the right bit, yes. So, many pistons with conrods. P. Pistons with conrods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I need 8 anyway. That's my guess, yeah. It's a V8. That's the whole point. Oh yeah. Alright. So we need an engine head. I've got one of them. Awesome. And how about a V8 camshaft? I've got one of those as well. I need 3 more. Camshaft. Was that a V8 camshaft? I've already forgotten. Camshaft V8, of course. 1, 2, 3. Engine head V8. Engine head V8. Engine head V8. Whee! Yes indeed. And some camshafts. Good. Oh, sparkles. Need 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Oh, 8. I must count there. Let's hope that's 8. Not doing maths if it isn't. Oops. Alright. Okay, and then next on there. Oh yeah, I've got to put the cam gears and the timing bits on. So I need 4 cam gears, just normal cam gears. Cam gear. 3, 4. Oops. And then some timing belt V8s. I doubt I've got any of those. Certainly none that I want to actually include on that. So that was a timing belt V8 with a yes. Timing belt V8. 2 of those. come on, there we go. And then we put our timing cover on, timing cover V8. Timing cover V8. That's not a timing cover V8, that's an intake manifold. Alright, and then there's lots of idle roller Bs. So these 4 idle roller Bs. Idle roller B, B. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Yeah. Okay. Oh, looks like another one there. Yeah. That's one more. Idle roller B. What's that? Idle roller A. Idle roller A. Okay, and a water pump V8, got one of them. Now, what's this? A water pump pulley and a crankshaft pulley. Crankshaft pulley. Presumably a V8, yes. Okay, and then the water pump pulley right down the bottom. Easy to find. Alright, so there we go, that's the timing parts. Then it's got some belts to put on. Serpentine belt V8, is that? Yeah. Serpentine belt V8. Serpentine, oh, is that an A or a B? B. BV8. Serpentine belt BV8. That's that puppy. And then an AV8. Serpentine belt AV8. And then we'll need a tensioner and an idle roller A. Idle roller A. And a belt tensioner. Okay, so that's the timing stuff all done. That's all there. Don't have an air filter. Don't have an intake manifold. Engine head cover A, black V8. Engine cover head A, black V8. Yes. Whee. That's the way you do it. Well, it's not really, but you know, it's a way to do it. Oops, no suitable parts to assemble. I thought I bought 2 of these engine heads. What? Oh, I had to buy an A and a B. Oh dear, didn't even know. I guess one has to go one way, one the other. Pfft, a left and a right. Ah well. You live and you learn, or you live and you forget the things you've learned and effectively you haven't learned anything. 8 times ignition coil. Ignition coil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Hopefully some of them don't have to be ignition coil A's and B's. Oh, and coils cover V8. Top of them. Coils cover V8. Coils cover V8. There you go, there's one. Did I put the right ignition? Is that? Yeah, all looks green. All looks green. Oops, taking that out by mistake. Alright, so that's all that bit. Okay, so now we need an exhaust manifold V8, like that one. Here's one I prepared earlier, apparently. Make all the bolts go in. Go in, little bolts. In your pop. There we go. And then on the other side we don't have one. Just further away. There we go. So it's an intake manifold, exhaust manifold rather, V8. I do need an intake manifold as well. Exhaust manifold V8. Multi-volty. Okay. Battery. Air filter. Battery. Air filter. Air filter cover? No. So air filter cover. We have to buy some clips as well. I want my clips to be nice. Clips, was that a clip A or a clip B? Let's guess it, clip A. So, clip A, yes. Awesome. Alright, so the engine's mostly put together. We've got a brake piece over here. Oh yeah, these intake manifold, don't we? Intake manifold. Intake manifold. Oh, how many carbs? What now? Oh yeah, V8. That's the one. Oh, good. Nice shine it. And then we need fuel rail DIs, which we have. Awesome. And a throttle V8, one assumes. Yes, throttle the V8. No. RST, throttle. Throttle V8. There we go. Oh, bolty bolts. Fuel filter. Sounds like a good idea. Let's have one of them. Fuel filter. Fuel tank. So fuel pump at some point. Okay, so what else do we need over here? A brake piece. This is the ABS module. There we go. Most of the engine bit is done now. So mainly the stuff that needs to be put on underneath. Do we have anything on to put on the front? No, we've got the get the alternator and everything on. Okay, let's put it up in the air. Let's get some more underneathy bits done. That's the official terminology for underneathy bits. So, oh yeah, crankshaft bearing caps. A few of those to pop on. So that's one more, I believe. Yeah, crankshaft bearing cap. Crankshaft bearing cap. No. No, camshaft. Is a crank. Yeah. Memory. Okay, so now the oil pan can go on. Awesome, I've got a fresh one of those. Or a repaired, whatever. Oil filter V8. Oil filter V8. There we go. Oil filter V8. Sway bar, front sway bar B. Front sway bar B. Alright, good. What's this? An upper suspension arm. Upper suspension arm. One. Typical. Double wishbone shock absorber. Double wishbone shock absorber. Two of them. And that has a front spring that goes on it. Yep. Two of them. There we go. Oh, does it have a cap as well? It does. Front shock absorber cap. There we go. And on this side, where's the... I've got a bit that it needs to be attached to, missing, perhaps. Ah, bottom suspension arm. Bottom suspension arm. Okay, there we go. And then we should be able to put the wishbone on that. Yeah, the wishbone. Alright, and how about sway bar front end link B? 2 of. Sway bar front end link B, 2 of. Bolty. Yeah, that's fine. That was meant to be connected to the sway bar, which usually the end links have to be unbolted before you can take it off. But obviously, I'll put it on the reverse order, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind. Ignore me. Inner tie rod. Inner tie rod, and then outer tie rod times 2 as well. Outer tie rod. Awesome. Let's get down the other side. Inner tie rod, outer tie rod, sway bar, front end link doobly doop, and oh, we need some rubber bushings. Many of. I remember taking quite a lot of these out, so I'm assuming I have to put quite a few back in. Alright, so what else needs doing on the front? That's the brakes, that's the exhaust, and more bushings. Maybe it was here I was taking them all out. Alright, that seems to be most of the suspension and engine. Oh, I've got the gearbox to do, of course. Gearbox. Flywheel. I assume I don't have any of this, but I might have fixed some of it, so I guess I'll do it one piece at a time. Clutch plate, yeah, there we go. No pressure plate though. Pressure plate. Okay, and then a bearing release. Doobly-doo. Don't need one of them. Alright, what about the actual gearbox itself? Gearbox V8, yeah, got a nice fresh one of those. Stick the starter motor on while we're thinking about it. Starter. That won't be in running gear though. Starter. Motor. Oh, is it assumably a V8 one? Yeah. I never seem to notice that. I'm right clicking on that, I can't do that to buy it. Okay, so there we go. Starter motor. Oh yeah, it's got the transfer case 4x4. Transfer case 4x4. Alright, that's bolted on with some bolts, and then you've got the front axle, front drive shaft B. Front drive shaft B, okay. Front drive shaft B. And then normal drive shaft. Just an everyday drive shaft. One drive shaft with bolts at either end, a long way away. Ooh. Good, that's that. So there's the exhaust. Let's look at the rear end. Can't get there. I have to actually get out and walk down the end. Tusk. Right. Okay, so we've got a fuel tank and a fuel doodad to go in it. Oh, yeah. Oh, several of those. Rear shock absorber B. So back to the running gear. Rear shock absorber B. Rear shock absorber B. Rear shock absorber B. And a bolt. No spring required. So great, glad I bought the springs. Awesome. Some good work there. Right. Oh, some bushings, small rubber bushings. Oh, can't reach that one. Oh, don't go down that way. Oh, for flip's sake. And that's that. So what else needs doing at the back? Oh, we've got these knuckles missing. Rear axle knuckle housing C. We've got one on the other side though. So rear axle knuckle housing C. I don't have to go far with that one anyway. So that's that. Rear solid drive axle. Cool. And it's the brake system. So everything else seems to be on already. Oh, there's that a small rubber bushing? Yeah. 2 more small rubber bushings. Rubber bushing. And oh, I was close enough briefly there. There we go. Right, so exhaust, rear muffler V8. What's this? An exhaust pipe. Exhaust pipe. So 2 middle muffs. Middle muffs. Catalytic converter. 2 are they? Expensive. Catalytic converter. Oops. 1 and a 2. And also front exhaust pipe B V8. No? Yeah. Front exhaust pipe B V8. No, I just bought them. Front exhaust pipe B V8. No, just brought the wrong one. Fantastic. Oh dear. Right. So that's all of that. The brake system to put on, some oil to put in. Is that it? It's getting there. Getting there. Right, so what brake stuff do we need? So we need brakes. We need 2 of these. 2 of these, assuming there's 2 of each, as there often is. And how are we doing for pads? No pads, so we need 4 of them. And calipers. Oh, we've got calipers, that's good. And what's the wheel we're putting? Oh, we're not putting our wheel on. Oh, we've got to put this thing in. Look, wheel hub bearing. 2 times wheel hub bearing. And then we're going to put the axle in. Front drive axle C. And then we can put in rim retro 10. There, we've got a couple of them. Good. There we go. That's 1 corner done. Oh, yeah, and the other bits. Wheel hub bearing. Oh, drive. What was it? Front drive axle A. Front drive axle A. There we go. I should probably have some of these wheels off to remember. So that was, what was that? Rim Retro 10. So how do I buy these? Rim Retro 10. Rim Retro 10. Cool. Alright. Yes. There we go. All the axles are on at the back. Oof. Alright, we are getting there. And a little blob more. Okay, oh, I don't know if I did that right actually. Still, that's what the dipstick's for. Oh no, I put too much in, that's fine. Not too much, just a little bit too much. Okay, so we can double check that everything's in it. Ah, 2 of the brake calipers aren't at 100%. I was pretty sure I'd used all... It's going to be the back wheels, isn't it, or the front wheels? Yeah, 100%. Gosh darn it. I thought it looked like all the calipers in my inventory were at 100%, but it's probably just because they were green and I didn't notice they weren't at 100. That's a little bit sad. Oh dear. A little bit anal, but you know, as I've made everything 100%, I might as well do the job proper, as nobody says. So a couple more brake calipers, please. Whoops, that's right. Take them off as well. Re-grease them, because that's what you want in brakes, is grease. Well, you know, the right bits, not the wrong bits. That's right. Don't put stuff you don't want in the wrong places. That's right. It's good advice for life, that is. Oh dear. Good. Right, there we go. So that, I believe, is it finished. And I just checked by looking at this, I guess. So that's worth 92 grand, which we bought it for 40 odd, and probably spent about another 20 or 30 doing it up. Yeah, so there's a profit there. That's cool. All right. So there we go, that's that done. It's just send it off to parking. So that's one parking full, and I think they're all done up. So that's that finished. So now we've got just 18 more cars to do to fill up the garage, which was kind of my aim. They have made it bigger since I made that aim. Right, so filler jobs. Don't really need a filler jobs. It's been forever. So thanks for watching that. Come back next time, and we'll do. Well, maybe work on the Fastback or the GT20 and then earn some more money. We've got 6 grand. Is that all? Crikey. Yeah, we've got a little way to go before we go back to the auction. Thank you very much and come back soon.